dad really took a gamble naming me after him. Like, he's Gordon Frederick Jackson Jr. the second, and I'm Gordon Frederick Jackson the third. But like, what if I died? Like, what if my tombstone was Gordon Frederick Jackson the third, and like, his namesake was a tombstone? That's basically what happened, but like I lived. I'm like a living tombstone for my dad. Like, I'm not there yet, but one day I will be. Cause he's gonna outlive me, cause he never smoked cigarettes. I did for 6 years. And I haven't smoked a cigarette in 3 months. And for the past 2 months, I've been running a 5K every single day. And 2 weeks ago, I swam my first mile and then ran a 5K. And now everyone wishes I smoke cigarettes because I don't brag about the shit I can do now. I just shut the fuck up and smoke cigarettes. Nicholas asked me to headline tonight. Nicholas didn't know that my girlfriend broke up with me on Thursday, and then asked me to be back together with her today. Nicholas just said, "Gordon, do you want to do 12 to 15 tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." I'm clearly ready for this. Relationships are a lot like suicide. A lot like it, because you really have to commit if you want it to work. I didn't commit it either. So my dad doesn't have that tombstone yet. That's a callback joke. If you were paying attention, you got that one. That was for you. If you have ADD, I'm sorry. I also have ADD. 6 years ago, I used to weigh 335 pounds. And they say crystal meth is a bad drug. I'm just kidding, I didn't live in Indiana. I did live in Indiana. I meant to say I didn't do crystal meth, but I did live in Indiana, where crystal meth was always readily available. But I didn't lose weight because of crystal meth. I was bullied. I was bullied. You see, when I was 19, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. And that means that I stopped breathing in my sleep, and the doctor said that my neck was too fat and it was like clogging up the air, and you're not breathing, you fat fuck. And I said, what do you give me for that? And he goes, "Here's a machine. You're gonna sleep with this big ass machine that doesn't use regular water, it uses distilled water." And I didn't know distilled water was a thing, but you learn things a lot when you're fat. And then you has this big hose and you have to sleep with this mask over your face, and like, it's like Darth Vader but not cool. And I didn't want to sleep with that, so I decided that maybe I should lose weight. But the final kicker was being bullied by a lady at my favorite Chinese restaurant in Indiana. She called me fat boy. But like, she called me fat boy with that accent that I'm not gonna do right now. You guys can just imagine it with your racist minds. I see you imagining. And she'd call me, and I would always order the same thing. I liked the chow mein fun, which if you don't know what that is, it's Singapore noodles, which if you don't know what that is, it's noodles with every fucking thing you can imagine that you can put on top of noodles and a lot of spicy sauce, and it's delicious. But she would say, "Chow mein fun for you, huh, fat boy? You want extra fun?" And I'm not gonna say no to that. So I always ordered extra fun, but then I was like, I'm gonna lose weight and I'm gonna come back and show her. I'm gonna teach her a lesson. So I lost the weight, and she recognized me immediately, and she goes, "Oh, looks like fat boy having less fun." I also recently learned Chinese. Do you guys know what fun is in Chinese? Food. She was literally asking me if I wanted extra food all the time. And when she saw me again, she said, "Looks like I was having less food." One of the weirdest things about getting out of a relationship is once you get out, there's still some stuff you have to get back and give back, like you share things during a relationship. And some things are hard to divvy up post breakup. Like I know a lesbian couple that went halfsies on a strap-on. Like, how do you divide that? Like, I'm keeping the strap and you can have the on. I don't know how that works. But basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is I bought all the butt plugs. So I'm keeping all the butt plugs. And I know that's petty, because no respectable person that I'm dating now is gonna wanna use used butt plugs. No matter how much I boiled them. Because that's how you're supposed to clean them. You're supposed to boil them. And I boiled them thoroughly in my kitchen, much to the horror of my roommates. But you know what, guys? At least when I go through that post-breakup with my roommates, I know that I'm keeping the pots and pans. I don't believe that you should start a relationship off on a lie. You shouldn't do that. However, it is a lot of fun to make a farmer's only dating profile when you're not a farmer. Do you guys like the news? Same. Except not really. I really like the news, but I only really like one specific type of news. I like biased news. Do you guys know who has the most biased news? Any guesses? Neo-Nazis. When it comes to a biased news source, the neo-Nazis are killing it. But you know what? They have the best headlines. Like, they know all about attention getters, and it's right there in those headlines. Like, I saw this headline the other day, and like, I don't even remember the whole headline, but I remember the first 4 words. Mutated Cuban male feminist. Mutated Cuban male feminist. 3 adjectives, 1 noun. The article was about Ted Cruz, but I didn't care. I didn't care. I was hooked because mutated Cuban male feminist. It sounds like the best superhero of all time. Like, imagine Tony Montana from Scarface, but if he was really into equal rights. Oh, she's so cook, huh? Huh? Well, if she do equal work, she gotta get equal pay! That's one of 3 impressions I do. The other impressions are from Star Wars. Have any of you guys seen Star Wars? Yeah. The first impression is Chewbacca. The second impression is also of Chewbacca, but if he was voiced by Christopher Walken. Han, would it kill you to roll the windows down on the Millennium Falcon? You're going too fast. I'm basically a giant dog and want to put my head out the window. Han, now. I don't have any more impressions. I took sex ed in high school. My high school did offer sexual education, and they told us something that has stuck with me. They told us that when us men are getting blowjobs, we should put a condom on our penis. And we don't do that. We don't. Because 1, that sounds awful. And 2, people should know better. Condoms decrease sensitivity. Now, I've never sucked a dick, but I know that if I had to, I'd want to get it over with as soon as possible. And decreased sensitivity isn't gonna work in that regard. So if you make someone put on a condom to have oral sex with them, either one, you're evil, or two, you just really like sucking dick. Two, people should know better. You should know better because the penis is external. You can see all of the penis. So here's a pro tip. If you see a bumpy one, no sucking. If you are blind and thus cannot see, this still works for you. A blind person should be able to go down on someone, stop, lift their head up, and say, "Why does it have Braille?" When you're single, it's weird. For some reason, I always end up calling the person that's still about it for some reason after all these years and still down to have sex with me. Like, I keep calling her. It's because I have Stockholm syndrome. That's a play on words. A pun. I like plays on words. I like advertising and marketing. One of my favorite ads I ever saw was a vegan ad. It was a big vegan billboard, and it had a picture of a fat kid eating a cheeseburger. And it just said, "Giving your kids meat is child abuse." I saw that advertisement, and all I could think was, I fucking wish. I wish that when I was a bad boy and got sent home from school, my dad was waiting for me with a Happy Meal instead of a belt. Looking at me, saying, "This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you." And he'd be right, because I wouldn't be sharing the fries or toy. This is my child abuse. This is the saddest set I've ever done. I like LOL nachos because I like Spanish food, but I took some Spanish classes and that ruined Taco Bell for me. It ruined it, because you know what's on the Taco Bell menu? A cheesy gordita crunch. Do you know what a gordita is? It's a short little fat girl. About a year ago, I got in trouble in Mexico because I was chasing around little fat girls with sriracha. It turns out that's frowned upon in all countries. But it really complements the short little fat girl. It makes them delicious. The Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is really perplexing. She's an enigma. No one really knows if she's smiling or not. And neither does she, because she's stoned. Observational humor. This is my third year doing stand-up comedy, and I've made $120. Thank you. When I started out doing stand-up comedy, I got a lot of advice from comedians that sucked. They told me to just watch my favorite comedians and do what they do. But I did that, and then I started thinking, like, my favorite comedians, like, a while ago I did something nice for my girlfriend, and my friend said, "That's gonna get you brownie points." I just started thinking like my favorite comedians. I kept thinking, brownie points, have you seen these? I mean, where are they, and who is keeping score? Where is the bakery that's operating on the point system? And if such bakery exists, how many brownie points are you gonna get me carrot cake? Remember when I said I was done with impressions? I'm a liar. But this last joke is completely true. Have any of you guys listened to music? Relatable, right? Have any of you guys ever had sex? Good. This joke is for you. But where are the few people who have put the two together? The music and the sex? Yeah. Pro tip, if you're gonna do that, please make your own sex playlist. Don't rely on Pandora. There's a lot of problems when you rely on Pandora. The first problem is selecting an artist. You gotta pick an artist that you want to listen to while you're having sex. And for me, I'm a blues guy, and like one of like my favorite like contemporary blues rock bands is the Black Keys. I'm like, oh, this is hot. It's rock and roll, sex, sweat. It's gonna be fun. So I picked the Black Keys, but the problem with this is there's no setting on Pandora that says you're having sex. Pandora doesn't know that I'm having sex right now. They just know that I like the Black Keys. And if you like the Black Keys, here's Coldplay's Fix You. No one wants to have sex to Coldplay's Fix You. And then there's also the commercials. Sex doesn't need commercials. It doesn't. Especially when they're ads for Comcast. And you're having sex with her and you just hear this thrilling, riveting Comcast ad. And you realize that you're having sex at her place. And you never asked her for her Wi-Fi password. And now you're using Pandora and really running up your data. And you just paid $10 for sex. Which at the end of the day is a bargain. Thank you guys, I'm Gordon Jackson.